And yours a lot.
So, Dwayne Brooks.
How's it going?
I've got a few questions for you today regarding homelessness and homelessness in South Carolina, mainly in Columbia. So let's get right to it. First and foremost, have you yourself ever been homeless?
Yes, actually. I think it was back in 2005. I graduated in 2004, but I was working 2 jobs for a while. Got myself an apartment, could afford it because of those 2 jobs. And then got myself a new job, a sales job, and quit those 2 jobs. The sales job did not quite turn out as well. And then on top of that, I was partying a lot, doing things I probably shouldn't be doing. And so spending a lot of my money, and we got evicted, and I didn't have any money to get a new place. So for about almost 2 straight months, I was living out of my car. I'd bum it at some people's houses now and again whenever they let me, but yeah, for about 2 months I was just living out of my car, parking in random parking lots, when I finally did get a job, I was parking in the parking lot of the place that I worked and slept overnight and just woke up and went to work first thing in the morning. So, yeah, been homeless before. It wasn't fun,
But you're not now, correct?
No, I did what I needed to do.
And you're attending the university currently?
Yes.
Great. Do you think the city of Columbia or the school could have done anything for somebody in your position, or could have offered you any sort of services or programs that could have helped you?
Well, Columbia, this wasn't in Columbia at the time, but the city I was in, I guess the only thing that could have been is if they had a source for me to find a job, because I really was like, the sales position, I lost the position because I couldn't make it to work because my car wasn't working because I couldn't afford to fix the car, so they fired me. And so I didn't have a job, didn't have a place to live, and my biggest struggle for that first month was trying to find a job so I can get money, so I can get a place to live. And I know that plus I was a white guy, a young white guy. I pretty much had nothing going for me. I couldn't get any type of actual social, security type help or whatever, welfare or anything like that.
So would you say it essentially snowballed from 1 or 2 bad decisions, and then all of a sudden you were...
Yeah, it really, in my opinion, that's essentially what all homelessness is. It's just you decide to focus on something and you decide that something is more important than a place to live. And essentially that's what I did. I came to terms with that, and I realized I had to change.
Okay, and now to focus a little less on you specifically in your story. I appreciate you for sharing that with us. But as a student here at the university, how do you feel about homelessness here in Columbia and around the school?
Yeah, it's a problem, because you see them, you walk into them from class and you see a guy that you're like, okay, he's most likely homeless, or she's most likely homeless. And I feel like it's a problem that needs to be addressed, but in the case of homelessness, if you don't give them something that's going to be more important, something that they hold as more important than whatever they felt was more important than a place to live, it's not going to call it. If you just give them money, they're going to remain homeless. But if you give them a job, it gives them a purpose. When you have a purpose, you feel you have self-worth, and when you have self-worth, you want to keep it up, you want to keep doing it, and then you feel worthy of having a home. And so, yeah. So,
in your opinion, you'd say it's more about changing attitudes rather than...
It's all about changing attitude. All about it.
All right. You have anything else you want to share with us on the issue, or anything else?
I think I just want to reiterate the fact that just giving homeless people stuff is not ever going to make them not homeless. You can't just give that to them. They have to feel like... it's got to be something they got to work for, because if you just keep giving it, why would they not be... why would you want to get a home when you're homeless and people are giving you stuff all the time? It doesn't solve the problem. You're going to remain homeless. I wouldn't. People just give me stuff all day. What's the point? But if I had to work for every paycheck, if I had to work for every dollar I made, I'd want to spend those dollars on important things that matter.
And do you think that attitude shift in people who are experiencing these problems would come from a change in attitude of the people trying to help them?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, if they were to take it catch a fish for a man, you can feed them for a day. Teach them how to fish, they can feed themselves for a lifetime. So by that basic principle, they should be, instead of just saying, okay, poor you, let me help you out, let me feed you, let me do this. How about let me teach you something that you can use, that you could take with you, and then become a useful citizen.
Have you heard of what's called the Housing First Initiative?
No.
Essentially, what that is it's a program where people are taken from homelessness, and the first thing that's done to them is they're put into a home.
Mm-hmm.
And then around that home, they're set up with this series of support systems and support networks and resources that are optional for them to use. So whatever they do is through self-motivation. Do you think that could...
That's a great start.
You think that would make
that's a great start, because like you said, that's going to be something that's going to help change the attitude. And that's the first step. You got to want it.
Do you think people would be surprised if they saw you walking on the street and you said, "Yes, I've been homeless"?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
So you'd say pretty much anybody could
anybody can be homeless. It's circumstances and choices.
All right. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.